Hello, this is John, Vintage Fisherman. Hey, kind of on a push button kick here, but this is not a push button, this is a trigger. This is a ZEBCO UL. What are we working on here today? UL4. And it comes with its own rod. Check out this rod. Got a little telescoping rod. This is a great little rod and reel to throw behind the seat of your car. And you can catch a bluegill, trout. I don't know if you catch a monster trout on there. You catch a good sized bluegill, a small bass. It needs to be cleaned up. We're going to do that. The reel's in really good shape. Made in USA, folks. We'll clean the rod up later. I'm not going to worry about that right this minute. This is going to go on my shelf. May get used at some point. This is a nice reel. It's all metal. Well, yeah, I think it's all metal. Let's take it apart. Take the rotor off. We'll come back to that. Take the handle off. Just grungy. Somebody's used it. Somebody's enjoyed it. I will be switching the handle from this side to the other side. You know me. I hope I can get this cover off. Sometimes they can be stuck pretty dang good. I may have to get like a strap wrench on it or something. We'll see. That one's stuck pretty good. Let's take it apart best we can. Watch your eclipse. They like to fly. Ouch. Contact sport sometimes. All right, there we go. The little plastic cover that comes off, then your drag can come, your drag adjuster with the drag line out clicker comes off. This needs to be cleaned up, nothing wrong there. Got to get into the back side here, and I'm not sure how to do that. See if I can get something on here to get a grip with it. Don't give you a lot of room there to get a grip on it. Wow. Well, of course, I don't have any tools down here to work on this with. So, I'm going to pause the video for a second while I go find a tool. Okay, I'm back. I got it apart. It gave up. Oh, we got to take this off right here. Phillips head. Take the lever off. Nice little reel. Well, that's supposed to come out of there. Interesting. Interesting. It should just rotate right out, but it's kind of locked in place. Let's see if I can't hold that and get it to make that rotation. All right. Big old lever in it. Then you got container right here. Oh, I believe that was actually for the anti-reverse. I may have to put that back on. Okay, these bushings come out the side, both of them. Yeah, I didn't have to take that wire off of there. This just comes out. So what the wire was supposed to stay in there. Probably something like, we'll put it back together here in just a second. But I believe it was supposed to stay on there and go on like this. Yes, that was how it was supposed to stay on there, and I went yanking it out of there. I may have to readjust it, bend it a little bit. And then this can just pull back out the back. It does have a bearing, and that's it. Needs a little cranky, but clean it up good. The bearing will come off the front, maybe. No, off the front. Let's look at it here and see. There's a lot of rust on there. We'll find out which way it goes. There it goes. It comes off the front. Okay. The bearing seems to be okay. It's just got some old grease caked up on it. This bearing has a shield on one side, no shield on the other. The shield side, of course, goes to the spool side of the reel. So we'll soak that in some oil. It'll be fine. The rest of the reel needs to be cleaned up. This has a lot of gunk in it. Okay, that fell out. That was the anti-reverse. It might be fun to figure out, because I didn't see where it came out of. Oh, it goes. Well, I'll pull a schematic up if I have to. I think I can find something. It must have fell out when I was taking it apart and I didn't notice it. It happens. Well, I'll clean this thing up tomorrow morning and put it back together. I think I'm done down here for today. I've done enough damage today. Neat little reel. Originally planned on putting it in my ZEBCO collection, but don't know what I'll end up doing with it. Cleaning the teeth. Doing a little dental work here. Yeah, I'll just have to figure out this anti-reverse, what I did with it. I think I bent it just a little bit, taking it apart. I want to say it went together like that. We'll figure it out. Hopefully, know where that goes. Okay, well, I'll clean it up and I'll be back. Let's see how it works. Hey, this is John. I'm back. I got this little UL Classic, UL4 Classic. Got it all cleaned up. Nice looking little reel. Wanna get it all back together here. I believe the first thing is this anti-reverse lever has to sit right down in there. Well, that may not be the actual first thing. That's why I'm gonna put it in there while I can get my fingers down in there. It rides in just like that. Okay, I'm gonna leave it sit there for a second. The next thing, get some oil on this shaft here. Work that in and out. Put the bearing on it. The bearing's been oiled. The unshielded side of the bearing goes back towards the gear. It's like that. Let's grease that pinion gear up. It will go there just like that. Now, the tricky part of this reel was I took it apart too fast to see how it went together. You got to get these two little bushings in the side. Got to kind of sit there like that. It'd be nice if I could. Let's just sit like on that like that. Give us something to rest it on. This goes on there like that. And this washer went on there. But my problem is I got to figure out how all that went together. I think that tab goes down into that anti-reverse pawl. We'll straighten that up a little bit. Could be wrong, but I think that's where it goes. Let's get some grease on the gear. I took it apart kind of fast and then realized there was a part that fell out of it. And I had to go back and look at the the original video to see where it went. This could be on wrong. Go like this. My guess is that's correct. We'll see. Kind of goes on there just like that. So we're going to have to use pliers because there's no way my fingers are going to let us set this down in there. It'll be fun. Yeah, because it's not going to stay together. That's the biggest problem. Those nervous moments of trying to make a reel go back together. Hmm. I'm not seeing how it goes. Well, it's not going to go back together like that. I'll pull that bushing all the way out. I don't think I. We'll see when we get it together here. It'll either work or it won't, right? Well, it's working. Look. And if you turn that off, okay, something quite right with that. Something's not seated correctly. And not being able to see down in there, it's almost impossible to tell what it is. I remember put this together or took it apart. I think I had that right. But it seems like this wire was sticking out further. Maybe I got the wire upside down. Possible? We'll see. Seemed like it was more out like this. Which means this has to go underneath that. See, when I pulled this thing apart, pulled this wire out, and I couldn't see how it went back together. And that's always a problem. Kind of need to see how it came apart to get it back together, right? See if that didn't fix it. That looks right though. Okay, we're good there, but it's supposed to be backpedaling. It's not. Huh. Odd. It's not. It's not anti-reversing. So not sure why. Um, hmm. And without being able to see down in there, it's going to be damn near impossible. I'll try another shot at it, and I can't get it. I don't know what to do with it. Uh, Kind of odd. Shit. Pardon my language. These bushings get right in the way. I don't think that tab's hitting that. Let's try something else here. This off. This off. This on the other way around. I don't know how that's going to work though. Can't work. It's got to go like that. I don't have a schematic on this. I didn't print one out. It's too late to go look at now. We're just going to fight through it. Well, folks, I really don't know the answer to this thing. Pretty simple little reel. It shouldn't be hard to figure out, but it sure is kicking my butt. I know that the dog goes in there like that. I know this goes down into the dog like this. Maybe I had it on the wrong side of that. Let's see what this does. Yeah, it's supposed to be off, and it's not. That's not working. So, yeah, I don't know which way that little plate goes. I may have messed up on this reel, just getting in a hurry, and you can't see down in there to see how it goes, how that little tab right there goes against the anti-reverse dog. And when you cut the anti-reverse off, it's supposed to shut the anti-reverse off. And wait a minute, it's working now. No, let's see. No, there's just no way to cut it off. It's not doing what it's supposed to do. I don't know. I don't know how to fix that. It's on there. It's supposed to be off there. But it's not. It's not. Don't know. Let's try it. There it goes. No, that's just because it's okay. It's working now. I see what happened. Yes. Okay. It has to all be together. It's just the way it's made. Let's go ahead and put this lever back in it. Fight that in from this side. Sometimes the little reels will kick your butt. Let's get some more grease in there because I've kind of made a mess of it. All right. That. We'll go ahead and put the backside on her. So I had trouble getting this off. And it turns out it had Coke spilt all over it. That stuff, it's just froze this real solid. I had to clean that Coke off. whole reel was pretty much just stuck. It was full of coke. The whole backside of the reel was. It dried, so you couldn't really see it, but I had to really squeeze on this thing. I hope I get it to go back together because I may have bent it a little bit. It's right there and there. There it goes. And that's got to spin back in place somehow or another. I need to get me a little bitty strap wrench. Hmm. Okay, this is fun. Let's put this back in there. This goes like that. That tab right there needs to be turned. That will slip down in there just like that. Okay. On the back side of the spool, you've got Teflon drag washer and a steel drag washer. Actually, steel drag washer goes on here. Actually, you can put both of them on there. Then your spool and that in the big E clip. Okay. Now, put some oil, that right there. And then we're going to put some grease, this. We'll oil this. Spread this down on there. Always push your trip on these push buttons and lever type reels. Push the trip out. Screw that on there. That clears this pin. So you can thread it down all the way. Probably need to put the handle on it. You can tighten that down. And then it will, the pin, as you crank it, see when you release it, and you crank it, it kicks the pin down. Go ahead and tighten this handle down. And your cover, you got a hole at the bottom. It's kind of covered up with the sticker, but it goes, if your reel's on the rod like this, the hole will go at the bottom. If it's a push button reel, to go up the other way. Now, let's wipe it all down. That was a tricky little reel, wasn't it? We'll see if it all works here in a second. I scuffed the decal up a little bit trying to get this back cover off. That Coca-Cola had it stuck like glue. And because that stuff's just full of sugar and turns into glue, you know. I remember the days when I used to be able to drink that stuff. Not anymore. I'm a diabetic. Kidney problems. Okay, so I got the anti-reverse off. See, it's in the off position, so it'll spin either way. Throw it this way, it's stopping like it should. This reel is fixed, and I cleaned the rod up. Got the Coke stains off the handle. Reel back on the rod. All right, there it is, ready to fish. A nice little telescoping rod comes out. Really neat. What do you think, folks? That's pretty darn cool, isn't it? I like that little rod and reel. That was a good little find for $9.99. That's the cheapest you can go on the auction. That's the beginning bid. I want it for the beginning. I was the only bidder on that. Can't beat that. Well, this is John, Vintage Fisherman. If you would, like this video. And if you want to see some more, subscribe. Getting close to being a year into this. Mentioned in one of my recent videos. I've been going for about 10 months now. So I'm appreciating everybody, their comments, their likes, their subscriptions. I'm at 410 subscribers now. I never would have thought I'd gotten 1 subscriber. So especially going through my audio issues, video issues. I haven't been out fishing any because my original content was going to be some fishing mixed in with reel repair. This year I moved. I lost my wife 2 years ago. I had to sell my house, move. I've got a great girlfriend now, and we're starting our lives together. And so there's been a lot going on, but we're going to get out and do some fishing when the weather permits starting this next year. And so stick around. It's going to be a pretty cool channel. I got a lot of big plans. Got some new cameras and stuff. I still use my phone for this, but I do have some nice GoPros for getting out and doing the outdoor stuff. Stick around. I'll be back.